Hello there, one and all, and welcome back to the Shark Tank in City of Mist. When we last left our heroes, they were about to go toe-to-toe with 3 enforcers after having backed Michael into a corner. Let's go ahead and join them now. Why, hello there, everybody.
Hello.
Clicking on thing. There we go. I have one too many. You get one monitor, you have 2 monitors, and you're like, well, I could probably go with a third. I just have so many things floating everywhere. Just an infinite number of monitors. I think I'm clicking things, they're on the wrong location.
It's like those, like those carnival mirror mazes.
Yup.
Except it's just computer monitors.
Indeed. Just trapped in a nightmare of my own creation. It's all right, though. Alrighty, so, as mentioned, we are indeed beginning after Roxanne scouted out the location. Xander spouted some nonsense to this front enforcer here, and they're all facing and clearly ready to tussle. But prior to that, let me throw some of the intro session to both Xander and Moira. We can start with Xander.
Log number 45. It's the 12th of October. The city streets are dingy we have men drowning in supposed seawater without being near the ocean. Signs of thugs trying to intimidate the local working class out of protection money. Not gonna slide when I'm around. We got a clue to who might be involved in the death. Some boiler hat wearing punks. Time to string them up and shake them down for information.
Beautiful. I love it.
Welcome.
Wow. That was really good.
To reiterate, we can do this at the beginning of every single session. Any number of you can do this, and if you do, I will reward you 1 attention. Sorry, I want to call it experience. It's not. We know it's experience, but 1 attention to one of your logos. So either detective or paranormal hunter makes the most sense. You can go ahead and put 1 in either of those, Mr. Xander. And Moira.
Actually, now that I know what the standard should be,
it's all good. There's no standard. You're good.
No, I'm good. However, I'll bring the fire next week.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. I would expect excellence.
It's really good. That sounded very much like you were speaking into a like those tape recorders.
Yeah.
Recorder book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. Alrighty. So we're actually going to start things off with Miss Roxanne, because she already had something planned, but we had to pause. If you guys, like I mentioned before, I keep mentioning this, combat in this game can be a little weird. May has never experienced any RPG before, and this one does things slightly differently, so this is all you're going to know, and that's perfect. There's no turns. If you want to do something, or if your character logically can do that something, you may speak up, but the most important thing is try not to take 2 quote-unquote turns in a row. So, for example, Roxanne, don't say, I run up with my shadow and punch, and then I spear everyone, and then I pause. There's other people.
No, and then I kick the other one, and then I stab the other one, and then my brother rescues the other guy.
And then I win the game!
And then you
wondered
guys...
what's going on, and do we need reinforcements, or should I go get help, or
Basically.
what do I do? I got my pushing kit. I don't know.
Perfect.
We're going to need this.
So, the key thing is to share the spotlight, work with your team, etc., to defeat said enemy that are in front of you. And as a reminder, this is mostly to you, Xander, as a reminder, this is the real world. So consequences, obviously, are going to have fallout. AKA, we're not murder hobos. Don't just start murdering people and leaving corpses hung up on rooftops and whatnot.
Me, I haven't murdered anybody yet.
You haven't, but you're more bloodthirsty than everybody else in our other games. So I'm just throwing it out there.
I'm not. Have I been murderous in this game yet?
No, I'm just saying.
Yet.
I know you. I grew up with you. Come on. All right.
I did pick a magic dude that's completely different than what I normally do.
You did, and I greatly appreciate that. So, just a reminder, if you decapitate someone, there's going to be repercussions. Please do not do that. You can. I'm not going to stop you. I'm just letting you know this is the real world. So, anyway.
If I suck some people's souls out, it's not my fault.
They don't need
that. Sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, that's a problem for them. The police can't see souls, or the ones can't see souls.
I magically disintegrate someone's bones out of their body, not my fault.
I mean, you messed up. It's not his fault. He should have dodged. Alrighty. Anyway, we're going to be beginning with Roxanne. What was your plan?
I'm asking Jasper to pop out of the shadows, give Michael a big giant hug, pop back into the shadows, and whisk Michael behind me.
Well, I could technically talk to your brother, couldn't I?
Yes.
And if you can speak with him, he is an entity that exists. And I guess on that note, I just thought about this, Roxanne. If you want to make a token for him, you're more than welcome to do so. You don't have to.
Ooh. I'm gonna need time to find one, but yeah. Also, I probably theoretically have at least a couple more named shadows that I'll probably want to think about.
Yeah, but since he's the main one, he's your brother.
But yeah.
I feel like a token for him specifically is more warranted, just because. And also, technically, Radaya, did you decide if you have a pet dragon, or it's a dragon mode, right? You go drag. Oh no, it's a pet dragon.
No,
Right, pet dragon.
it was a familiar, so it's a pet.
Okay, perfect. So this applies to you as well. If you want a little pet dragon, if you want to come up with a cool little picture, you want to draw one yourself, entirely up to you. I can throw you a little pet that you can drag around as well. Alrighty, so the intent is to send in Jasper, grab Michael, and yoink him out.
Yeah.
And you can also add a small little icon of booze next to Moira.
Oh, please. Please do.
What?
I've been thinking about it possibly being a weapon.
Because you got alcohol last time we were in the
Yeah, dude. I have some whiskey in I got 2 jars.
You do.
Bottles, rather.
And as of currently, I'm not going to make it a tag, but if it comes up, once again, whatever happens. If you have something on you, that's entirely viable. So I am on board with that.
I think I put it in my notes.
Yeah, you definitely might have. But then if you say my character is just a chronic drinker, we don't need to make a tag for it. You've established that.
We don't say that about her. How dare you?
I didn't say you. I'm just throwing it out there.
My character's a chronic drinker. She's not, though, just for the record. I know that we're joking, but she's not.
Fair enough. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Miss.
Oh.
We'll get there. We just need to find something horribly traumatic for you. Or I guess something else horribly traumatic for you. Once again, we're all new to the game, so we're looking at all the different moves and whatnot. There aren't too many of them, but I think you going in and yoinking a dude sounds like go toe-to-toe with me, because one of the successes of go toe-to-toe is you manage to achieve your goal, e.g. take something they hold. I'm going to take that literally, because he's holding onto Michael.
All right. I'm using my older brother, because it's Jasper. I'm using Move in the Shadows, because that's how he's moving. Surprise from Behind, because it's essentially Surprise from Behind. And Obsession, because how dare they target the older brother of a cute little kid?
I like that. This is a very similar situation. So let's see. Do any of your
Yes, it's a similar situation to me because my older brother.
All right. You know what? I would say because specifically to Jasper, the tricks and pranks is not gonna. He would not mess around here. 100%. You're not gonna get vertigo because this isn't very far. It's nighttime, so no light sensitivity, and they're not seeing you. So known vigilante does not make sense. So we won't mess with any of the downsides. So you can just roll this bad boy.
Nice.
That looks like a 12 to me. All right, choose 2. Now your goal obviously is to yoink.
I get them good. Maybe they don't notice him right away.
So they definitely do not notice him right away. The second one is you block, dodge, or counter their best attempts. If you don't choose this, they can impose a status on you. This means he can respond by either hurting Michael or hurting you.
I'll do that one then.
If he viably can, of course.
Would he have to roll against that or something?
So I do not roll. What would happen is, we're going to see this very soon, actually. So I'll let you guys know. I do not roll ever. You guys do all the rolling. So you guys roll to attack, and you guys roll to defend. It's called face danger. When you defend, you roll face danger. So I'm going to do certain things, and I'm going to link them directly in chat. So you guys, since I'm going to be a little too on the nose, I guess, for this specific encounter. Very video gamey, if you will. Just so everything makes perfect sense. If you guys don't understand something, please ask me. But for example, it won't suddenly be my turn. I just say, you get shot, roll to dodge. I will have to warn you and say, they do blank. So basically, they're setting up a move. And like I said, I'll 100% let you know when this happens. So Xander, you rush in and you chain this first dude to the ground. To reiterate.
So you don't roll anything, but you can say what they're going to do, and then we have to react to it?
Bingo, precisely. So basically, I set up something called a soft move. And then if you don't respond to said soft move, I turn it into a hard move. An example.
Also, what does the attention thing do that you just gave me?
Attention is experience in this game. Once you get 3, you level up detective. So you get experience in your 4 theme books. Once they level, that specific theme book levels up. You get an upgrade. And there's a sheet of upgrades. We can go over those later. When you do get one, the cool thing is it actually tells you have one. You don't have to do it that very second because that might not logically make sense. But it does remind you that, hey, you have an upgrade. So we started this little encounter with Xander chaining this guy to the floor. He probably didn't see it at first, and he kind of kept walking, realized his foot was shackled. He has a tag on him that says foot shackled, but if you put your mouse over, you'll see that. You rolled very well, Xander, so you also choose to put hurt 1 on him. It grabbed him real tight. But he lifted his foot, and the chain runs alongside the concrete, and it tears up, sending chunks of stone everywhere. While this is happening, Roxanne, you send in Jasper to basically move amongst the shadows, wrap around Michael, and then just like slide him back over to you.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You do this so quickly, the guy in the back already seems surprised at what Xander did. Roxanne, from around the corner, you're kind of just peeking. Jasper jumps on down because he was already in position. And wrapping around Michael, the dude was holding onto his shirt, but he looks down to his hand, and he has a piece of Michael's shirt, but he doesn't have Michael. And he looks stupidly at it for a second, and then just he doesn't know where to look. He's just looking about, and he looks to the woman sitting between the two of them. He's just like, And with that, she gets a very angry look on her face, and the two of them begin walking towards you guys. So this is called a soft move. So I'll go ahead and link that there.
Well, soft move backwards. Okay.
Yeah. She's.
Let's do that. Yeah.
I have a question.
He might have an answer for you.
I do.
Can I wish I had thought about this when we were not
Getting
actually
roundhouse
playing.
kick them in the face? Yes, you can.
Well, yes, that's what I was planning to do, but also
That's what I'm planning on doing.
I was actually, because that's my skill, but I was wondering if I could invoke, I don't know if that's the right word, one of the like divination skills to kind of get an idea of what they're planning on doing before they do it. But does that work in this sort of setting where it's like a soft move and you don't have a hard plan?
So,
or is that how it would not, would that even be able to be a functional thing?
to quickly answer your question, yes, very much so. To expand, what a soft move is this. I'll make it really simple. Closes in on someone cracking their knuckles. So both of them are walking towards you guys, brandishing brass knuckles they both put on, and they start walking towards you. That is a soft move. Currently, Xander's up front, so they're walking towards Xander specifically, but it looks as if the woman up top, she's probably looking around the corner because she heard something. You remember, Roxanne, when Jasper looked around, she didn't see Jasper, but she sensed something. She assumes you're not stupid, Xander, as she can see Moira and Radiah, so there's probably other people around the corner. So it looks like her intent is to go that way. Now, if I say this person's walking at you, and Xander, you completely ignore them, when I think it logically makes sense, the hard move would be, okay, he punches you in the face because no one stopped him from doing that. That's what a soft move and a hard move is. Soft move is I warn you, he's charging his Kamehameha, and you go, okay, I stand here, and I go, okay, he shoots it. That's a hard move. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I can't do anything right now because everyone else has to go, right?
Correct, yeah. So we'll specifically for this, we'll kind of have a light turn order. So we'll have Moira and Radiah go. If something does make sense for you to go twice, I will let you know, like, hey, this makes sense. Otherwise, we'll kind of just keep going as we do. And as I mentioned,
does she or the other guy say anything when they start approaching?
She kind of smirks and her eyes dance from you, Xander, to around the corner after they bounce off Moira, kind of thinking, Moira, you didn't move when that guy got spirited away. Someone else is clearly here.
Yeah.
They weren't able to respond. The back guy just seems mad. He's just basically walking up like, all right, who the hell are you guys? And why are you instantly stepping to us like this? They're very clearly not used to this. So as the two of them begin to move in, how do we respond?
Can I use the Harbinger of Doom thing?
Very much so, yeah. So you just tell me what you're trying to do, and basically what you're trying to get out of it. And realistically, Change the Game is the weird move where it can do literally anything. You can make a scene aspect. You can make an aspect on a specific individual. That might be go toe-to-toe, realistically. Maybe you're trying to read their future. You could almost temporarily read the future of one of these individuals. And when you do, if you were to go toe-to-toe with them and start, getting your kung fu on, you can kind of see their moves slightly ahead of time. And
and that's kind of exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, okay, cool. We're on the same wavelength then.
Short future, not long future.
Yeah, that perfectly makes sense. The only person that could probably take advantage of that, though, would be you. So when it's put on them, it'll be a tag, but only Moira have access to it. There's nothing wrong with that, though. You're more than welcome to go for it.
Okay, I'll try it since we're trying this out.
Yeah.
So would that be
Definitely change the game because you're trying to create a
Change the
tag.
game.
Yeah, you're trying to create.
So I do think I'm going to have a negative in that, which is or I guess, sorry, this sentence is all over the place.
You're good.
Opening myself up to a theoretical future, would that automatically potentially access disturbing imagery as a negative?
Yes, I was actually going to suggest that.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to try this. Since it's just the divination, am I still able to use other
You can use
tags?
as many tags as you reasonably want. You're not necessarily fighting her, but if she instantly responds and goes to rush at you, you can't use these tags to defend. But she's pretty far away, so you're most likely safe.
Okay.
That and you would defend with, situational awareness, self-defense, things like that.
Okay.
So you can use Harbinger of Doom, Gut Feeling, Self-Fulfilling Prophecy. You can basically use all those realistically. And yeah,
All those?
you can use a good portion of them. Yeah, we are indeed better in low light.
I'm going to save gut feeling for something else.
Okay.
I can't use them back to back, right?
Only
Just when
if
in
she,
fight?
yeah, only if she instantly comes to attack you. Like instantly, I'll say in this instance, you know that she's looking around the corner, so she won't. You can go ahead and use that tag.
Okay.
Well, I guess that's also my question. Are you using it on her or the guy in the back?
I'm focusing on somebody else, yeah. Probably her, because she's moving.
Okay.
The other one's already engaged with Xander, so.
Yeah.
So I'm, yeah.
Oh, a 13. Beautiful.
Jeez.
All right, so make sure you mark attention. Anytime we use one of our weaknesses, you mark 1 attention. I have it
Is
set
that
to...
the little plus sign?
Yeah. Do not mark fade, specifically attention. Fade means that you're losing your powers. So you mark 1 attention on that specific theme book. I can set this to auto, but I would prefer we do it manually just in case something freaks out.
That's fine.
Indeed. So you have 3 juice. You can spend them on the following effects. What would you like to do?
Can I prolong the effect?
Definitely, that would make sense.
Okay.
So the first one would be create a story tag, because she doesn't currently have one on her.
Yes.
And that last one's kind of there just to kind of say, like, anything else. You can also scale it up, affect more than one person if you want. You can hide it so she doesn't even know you're doing it. But we also don't know what they can do, so it's up to you.
So I would like to... So if I scale up the effect, can I use that to help anybody else, or would that only be applicable to me?
I would say if you scale the effect up, it'll affect the back 2. If you want to do the last one where it says any other improvement, I'll say pick one other ally and they can also benefit. So either mark 2 people or mark 1 and one other ally can benefit from it. Maybe whoever's close by. So you share your vision with them somehow.
Who would appreciate that?
I'm sure everybody would.
All right, well, I'll do that. What kind of stuff do you do in fights, Radiah?
I haven't really had much combat experience, but I dabble with magic, and I have a little pet.
Suspicious. Let's see the dragon.
You guys are all doing that. I'm debating on whether or not to call for it, or see if Michael needs any medical attention.
That is a good idea.
That is a good idea. Maybe
maybe think of that.
So maybe Radiah should go to Michael then, and then I can help either Roxanne or Xander.
Totally up to you.
Or, well, can we take a vote? Because I don't know.
Realistically, it's your power. You can just decide. It's not too big of a deal. Roxanne makes sense because she's next to you.
All right. Well, I'll send it to Roxanne.
Alrighty. So Miss Thang, if you put your finger over, you can see her. I just put it as known future. That just means that she has that tag on her, and the 2 of you can access that.
Nice. Love it.
So as you look into her, Moira, you definitely pull her attention for a second, but she's not entirely sure what exactly you're doing. And you see brief flashes of this woman and her past. Some darker things you probably wish you did not see. There's a lot of violence. She's lived a very hectic life, you can tell. And one other nice little bit of info is she's been doing this for a time. So, not a greenhorn.
Okay. Should I put this in my notes?
Also, you guys can effectively move wherever logically makes sense. So if you wish to keep standing there, you're more than welcome to do so. If you want to move somewhere, you can. You already can fly, Moira, technically. If you wish to reveal that, you can. But anything you do not reveal, I technically don't know. So,
I mean, I might just to get over there. So, but we'll see.
yeah, I mean, it's your. The spotlight is currently on Moira. Do you activate this ability to fly forward towards her, or?
You know what? I'm not gonna fly. That's not too long of a distance, right?
No,
I'm pretty fit. Yeah, I'm gonna jog forward.
Okay.
To meet them.
Yeah, sure. She can see now you're blocking the entrance off. She was going around the corner, which you could see she was tending for. And now you're not letting her do that. So the look on her face definitely changes. Radiah, what are you doing?
I am sneaking closer back.
Okay.
To take a peek and see if Michael looks hurt.
He looks massively confused and a little sick. Definitely not used to shadow travel in that way. So he's a little green under the gills right now. He's breathing heavily. Roxanne, did you say anything to him when you walked him over?
Nope.
You just pulled him over?
I mean, Jasper could have said something, but I didn't say anything.
Jasper wouldn't because he wouldn't hear it, so.
Okay, so it sounds like the best course of action right now may be for me to give him some sort of healing remedy thing.
That
so he
sounds good.
stops feeling sick, and so I am sneaking over closer, and I rummage through my bag of tricks.
That sounds good to me. Upon getting closer to him, you can see that Michael currently has the status of roughed up 2. So they were definitely a little, they hurt him a wee bit. He's not bleeding anywhere necessarily, but his clothes are ruffled. They maybe toss him down to the floor a couple times. Maybe, 1 or 2 good hits in there. So he doesn't look like he's in the best shape as of current. And he sees you walking up and he is just super confused. He doesn't know how he got here. He doesn't say anything. He's like stammering, basically. And if you want to heal, let's see. I believe change the game, I think, is the heal move. I'm like 90% sure. Yes, it is.
So change the game, healing properties. I have something for that? My toolkit?
Yes, those all sound good.
Do I do customer service so I can't calm his nerves down verbally too?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Anything that makes sense.
That's perfect. That makes perfect sense.
We love logical thinking.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, that's why I'm liking the system a lot. A lot of these are like, that logically makes sense. My character has this background. Why would I not be able to do that? I'm like, you know what? Boom. And you get something fancy. So yeah, go ahead and roll that.
Boom, baby.
Change the game. We'll see how that plays out.
Execute move. I guess this other little pop-up I just ignore.
Yep. Basically, keep clicking until it lets you do it. 7 is good. 7 is great because you rolled a 3. Thank God for customer service. Oh my God.
We love customer service.
That actually would have failed if you didn't have customer service for reference. So, woo, excellent. Alrighty. So you get 4 whole juices. That's a whole bunch of juice. So we can do any of these things. We can create a story tag, but obviously our intention is to give or reduce the status 1 tier per point of juice. So we're just intending to fully heal him up.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so you dig through your bag, and as I said, Michael, he's having a time. He ain't doing so hot right now. But as you quickly, get this brew together, is it something he drinks, or are you applying it on him?
How about both?
Sure, why not? We got a wonderful combination.
Ointment to calm his noise, ointment for his bruises, and potion for his nerves.
Yeah, he's so frazzled. He's letting you go to town. You look like a professional. You like turn on alchemist mode of like, I know what I'm doing, and he's just like, all right, I know a master when I see one. And he had roughed up 2. He's good now. He's completely healed and cured. And he kind of like, after he takes the chug, he's like, and his looking up close, his eyes are kind of wild. He's jittery and he's breathing heavily. And he's like very, and he kind of slows down a bit and, shit, that worked. But and he can hear them kind of shouting from around the corner and getting closer. He's still definitely a little wary. He isn't sure if he needs like to help you guys or whatnot, but he takes a step back for a second and he kind of puts his back against the wall and he nods as if to say thank you, Radiah, and he's catching his breath right now. So for now, he's clearly safe and he's moved off to the side. And these 3 individuals are indeed still moving toward us. So
they haven't said anything other than smile at us.
The first thing they did speak. So a lot of this happens simultaneously. So basically, right like the second after Michael got scooped back, Radai went over to go help him, and Moira was already doing her thing. So a lot of this is happening like simultaneously. And what Radai did, it didn't interact with what they were doing. So they're kind of just hanging back and like whatever. Now, I did say, Moira, you weren't going to be attacked, but you deliberately moved in the way. So now she's very much intending to throw down with you. You gave her a really weird look. She's not a fan of whatever look you just gave her. So her slight jog turns into a full sprint at you. The big guy in the back gets a look from this dude up front that you foot shackled. And he kind of gives it a yank of like, what the shit, why can't I move? And the big dude's like, he points and says, I got this. And he pulls back to get ready to smash your chain.
Can I do something?
Yeah, very much so.
All right, cool. I'm gonna look at the big guy and be like, I wouldn't touch that if I were you. And I'm gonna do some magical stuff with my fingers. Pretty much I'm gonna do a spell, and then a giant magical looking boxing glove is gonna punch him in the face.
Okay, for the guy in the back?
Yeah.
That's very cartoon sledgehammer of you.
I dig. So I specifically said he's going to break the chain, meaning he's nowhere near you, Xander. So this sounds like hit it with all you've got. Normally we go toe to toe, but no, he is not managing you.
I think that's it.
Good into brawl, spellcasting, and energy-based constructs. Yeah. So for also side note for reference, whenever you guys do something, I open your character sheet real quick to kind of look. If you want to like ask, is that good? I'll just say yeah. So I dig. A 10. Alrighty. You give the target the appropriate status of your choice with tier 3, and also choose 2.
I guess that.
Alrighty. So we're going to take cover to a more secure position, meaning he's not going to have time to respond to this, and you're going to hit them with a little more damage, so +1. So these guys have a nice little passive here that I'll throw in chat called Olympian. This is whenever they take a status of physical harm, subdual, suggestion, etc., etc., it's reduced by 1 if it's legendary in nature, or 2 if it's mundane. Well, you're firing a magical boxing glove at him, so I would say that's probably legendary in nature. So it's reduced.
Is this all of them?
All of them have that, yes.
Okay.
So whenever things like this happen, I will reveal them to you. I won't always link it in chat like that, but this is basically showing you what's called a custom move. Custom moves are basically passives. For example, some enemies will have a custom move that basically says, when you do blank, this happens. Or when they take damage, they respond by summoning a second version of themselves, etc., etc. Or, immune to fire, things like that. So your boxing glove comes hurling through this alley, sticks him in the face, and he goes flipping into the garbage can that they were roughing up Michael. So he just takes a full-on flip. So you had a tier 3, +1, 4, -1 goes back down to 3. So this guy is going to take just whomped 3. And as with anything you're trying to get past, whether it be a security system or a bomb or a ghost or a person you're trying to punch in the face, they'll have something called a spectrum. And once you reach the maximum of that spectrum, they're basically taken out. So you punch this dude and he went flipping into the garbage and he's out of there. His legs are just sticking out comically. And he's kind of just like, oh. He did not see that coming.
Out of curiosity, because you put whomped -3, how do I know that it would have done -3 and not -1 like the other guy?
So the dash you can ignore. The dash is basically just...
well, I just mean like 1 or 3, I mean.
Yeah. So, for example, this here, you used Good in a Brawl, energy-based constructs, and spellcasting. You use 3 tags, therefore you're doing 3 damage. Make sense?
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So the nice thing is, if you have no tags and you roll, you always do a minimum of 1. Always, with everything. Investigation, stealth, punching, doesn't matter. So if you have no skills in dropkicking, but you really want to dropkick someone, you can still roll. You don't roll any tags, but you always get at least 1, which is nice. Also, technically, I won't reduce it now, but technically that hurt 1 wouldn't have existed because they reduce all damage by 1, and it's only 1 damage, but we'll ignore that. So that guy goes flying, and he's whomped off into a garbage bin, and they look rather frustrated. So when you say you take cover after you stick this guy in the face, Xander, where do you move? Where do you move to?
Hold on. It says or secure a superior position.
Yep.
So can I just kind of square up with them?
You want to move in?
Like in front of the shackled man?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
So you stick that one guy in the face, then you move closer to the shackled guy?
Yes. So let this be a warning to all of you, right? Yeah, me and Moira right here are gonna mess you up if you keep on acting a fool. Right, Moira?
Absolutely. Let's fuck them up.
The dude with the chain looks to her and goes, "Who the hell are these kids?" And he's reaching.
You all look like a kid to you, you wanker.
He's reaching in his jacket for something. As this woman rushes towards you, Moira, how do you respond to that?
How's she rushing me?
She was kind of, a really cocky, light jog, if you will. And it went into
Just
like
a jog?
It was until you did your weird Mothman shit and basically got in her way. She went, oh, no. Pulls out a set of brass knuckles and she does like full on head front, started running toward you.
All right. Well, so she's just full on charging?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I want to interrupt her movement by kicking her in the stomach so she can't keep going towards me.
Sounds good to me. So are we intending to slow her down or do damage?
Slow her down. It's more like a stop and not for damage.
Okay. I'll say this is still go toe to toe because she's trying to stop you from existing.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting kicked in the stomach when you're charging somebody is pretty painful. It could probably do damage. It's just not the intent.
Of course, okay. And then while Moira's doing this, Radia and Roxanne have a thought as to what she'll do next.
I've been trying to think, and I'm calling up blank. What's that guy in the back doing?
The guy in the back that's hanging in the garbage can?
Oh, okay, that's where he ended up.
He's knocked out, yeah.
Can I add occasional openings here?
Yes, I was actually going to suggest that. So let me go ahead and just put a little skull on him to signify that he's knocked out. All right, so we got self-fulfilling prophecy, self-defense, situational awareness, and obviously our occasional openings. So you can choose two things.
Actually, I guess I can't retcon it. I want it. Okay. I'll achieve my goal.
Okay.
Which is stopping her and or knocking the wind out of her.
I mean, that would be the second one. Would be damage.
So, giving your opponent a status with tier 2.
Yeah, if you also want to do damage, you can do that. Let's see. You do know that they are resistant to damage, though, so keep that in mind.
Can I block, dodge, or counter their best attempts?
Yeah, very much so.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so she's not going to immediately be upon you, Moira. As she charges forward, you maneuver yourself in the perfect way to kind of get like a low kick in, as she swings at you, but you duck just in time. You stick her in the stomach, but she kind of turns with it a bit. You've interrupted her, but she very clearly still intends to give you a walloping, but you avoided whatever that was. And as her fist pulls back, you can see there's a chunk taken out of the wall she's standing next to. She swung wide.
All right.
Okay, I got it. I know what I want to do.
Okay.
I want to...
Oh, wait, I didn't even use known future.
I want to scooch over here with Shadow Walk, so I'll get to that. And then I want to glomp this guy.
Okay, when you say glomp, what's that mean exactly?
I mean, I want to use...
What do you think it means?
I want to use me and my friend's arms to squeeze the living daylights out of him.
Alrighty.
You should do a chokehold.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Around his chest.
Okay.
So hear some rib snap.
So first you're intending to specifically sneak up on him, though, right? Move through the shadows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's definitely going to open with a sneak around then. And while,
I will... Huh?
while Roxanne is sneaking Radia, you'll have a chance to do something, and then honestly, Roxanne, I'll let you finish that because it's a two-parter. So just keep in mind, whatever you use the first one, you can't use for the second one.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to move in the shadows and hidden vantage point, I think is the best.
Sounds good to me.
What is it? Sneak around?
Sneak around, correct. Alrighty. Quiet as the night, Roxanne. You slink amongst the shadows and you end up behind the enemy. They do not know you are here. And as you're preparing to glomp, Radia, you doing anything?
I wonder if I turn to Michael, ask him if he's okay, and tell him they should try to get back inside safe and close up the shop.
He can hear some shit going on down here, and looking around, you guys can actually tell that the back of the shop is basically not right where everyone's fighting, but it's relatively close by. So he's kind of just moving away a bit of like, okay. I want to move, I don't want to move too far. So you do see him kind of take cover, but he's still watching. Like he's very intrigued. What the hell's going on?
Okay. So I guess I sneak back and I mysteriously tap at my brooch. in my hairpin.
And what does it do?
It's sending a message for us backup.
Ooh.
All right, you're calling for backup.
I was calling for my backup.
So whatever you're intending to do with said backup, Radaya, go ahead and have that, in your back pocket, and that'll go off the second Roxanne does her thing.
All right, since I'm doing it with buddies, I'm going to do Army of Shadow Soldiers. Surprise from behind. I'm not alone. Would night vision or light sensitivity trigger here in this alleyway?
It's not that. It's pretty dark back here.
Okay, I'll just do what I have. What is it?
What are you intending to do exactly?
Like I said, glomp and choke the life out of him.
So when you say choke the life out of him, what is the? Are you trying to knock him out, kill him, or what are we doing?
Kill him. We still need some answers.
Oh, good point. I was just gonna try to knock him out, but
Maybe
if
we can leave the girl alive.
If you
conscious.
think she'll talk.
Yeah, I think she's more dangerous. I think we probably need to put her out for sure. If Radaya wants to call out and remind me, don't, knock him out, I'll just squeeze real tight.
Yeah, just do that.
Yeah, if you're going for damage, once again, he does not know you're there. Hit him with what you got.
All right, I'll do that.
Oh my god, a 13. Holy shit. This makes
after
up
after last week's roll, thank you.
This makes up for your 2, yeah. Alrighty, so you can choose 2 of those things.
Control the collateral damage, since I don't want to knock him out.
Fair.
And what? Get them good or hold the target's attention? I mean, if I'm glomping him real hard, he's probably all his attention on me, right?
Yes, 100%, yeah.
Is there a benefit for that, though?
He's gonna punch Sander in the face, so if he turns to hit you instead.
I don't want to get punched in the face.
You think I want to get punched in the face?
Oh, okay. I'll grab his attention and you can punch him in the face. Lightly, gently. Okay.
That sounds good.
Did I not lightly tap the other guy?
Yeah, not like that.
Alrighty, we will add to his hurt as you quickly slink behind him, Roxanne, and you just give him like a death hug, basically.
Yeah.
All right. This is so incredibly distracting that he was very clearly set on Xander. After you relinquish this death hug, he kind of wriggles his way out. He is very strong, you find. He quickly turns to you and is 100% going to punch you in just a second. But before he does, Radaya, your backup arrives. What say backup?
What is said backup? Said backup is said dragon.
And what is said dragon doing?
It's going to swoop down with its sharp claws, looking all fierce and mighty, and knock. Well, wait, do we want to pick out the lady or?
Yes.
Okay, so let's try to get lady out of commission and just maybe body slam her down into the ground and kind of knock her unconscious.
She is relatively close by to you and is aware of your existence. So I'll say for this one, go toe to toe.
Okay.
And now we can use those fancy dragon tags.
I'm not sure if that one's going to be any good because it's dark. It's
Unfor-
solar powered business, so yeah.
Unfortunately, it is quite dark, and I just realized that you're solar powered, and 2 of your allies are powered by the darkness. So a little awkward.
Who? Megan's the other one?
Yeah.
I don't know
Mothman.
who that is. You mean Moira?
Right, that one.
Thank you. In character all the time.
The disrespect.
I guess that's all I could do. I guess.
Yeah,
Just the 2.
those 2 sound good.
Hit the buttons.
Oh my god, you rolled an 11 plus 2. 13.
Nice.
All right, you choose 2.
We're rolling those magical numbers.
You're rolling very, very well. This could be potential future curse. We'll indeed see. So, your intent was to do damage to them, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can choose
Wait,
2 of those.
how big is this dragon?
We'll find out in a second.
Good question. Wait, so what do I want to do? No, I want to shoot the goal so I can knock her out, right?
Yeah, so we obviously we can knock her out with damage. And then the other thing was to kind of put her off kilter a wee bit. So those first 2 definitely make sense. You can choose 2 of those 3 options. And let me just add it from here. All right, I'll give her /1 because the dragon moved on in. And how big is this dragon now that it's doing so?
I could ride it if I needed to.
Okay. We're a little cramped in this alleyway here, but you guys see a shadow kind of flit up
They're
ahead.
like horse size or like
Not a full-size horse.
Like a small horse.
Maybe a small pony horse.
Oh, that's a pretty fair size then.
So a little bit bigger than Spyro.
Yeah, Spyro-y size.
I don't think I've seen Spyro next to a person, so I don't know how big Spyro actually is.
It was a baby dragon, but not like a treasure hoarder and can't leave the den oversized.
Indeed, yeah. The size can be against you occasionally, which we don't want. As you call in your backup, a shadow flits overhead. And then a second time, another shadow. As Roxanne moves around this man, gives him the best hug he has ever had all night.
How many ribs popped?
At least 2.
Yes!
And as he's popping and turning to pop you in the face, Roxanne, this dragon swoops down, and we have a little bit of limited room because we're kind of stuck here in this corner. It basically drop kicks this lady up against the wall, just pushes up off of her, and then uses her body momentum to kind of just keep going up and around. And while she is kind of put off from this, your intent was to stop her or slow her down, and she has stopped or slowed down from hitting Moira, but she sees you in the back, Radaya. And as your dragon's flying up and away, she grabs onto its leg for just a second, and she actually vaults over Moira and lands next to you, Radaya.
Yeah, she needs to go down now.
And to go back to you, Roxanne, this guy was already turning to punch you in the face, so I need you to roll to face danger. This is the hard move, which will go ahead and link here.
And I use tags that I think will defend me from this danger, right?
Correct.
Alert private guard, baby.
So anything that's not Army of Shadows, Surprise from Behind, are not allowed.
Am I able to go after Roxanne?
After the other lady goes, yes. So Roxanne isn't going, she's defending. So both thugs are going to go, and then, yeah.
I'm aware of every time you move around.
I just had a response to what she just did.
You said go toe-to-toe?
No, this is... So you're defending yourself. He's hitting you, so you're facing danger. The thing is, this individual has a foot shackle on them that someone put there, slowing him down.
Oh, so I can use that too?
Yes. The intent was to slow him down. When you click it, make sure its tongue comes up as yellow. You don't need it. Alrighty. What does your defense look like, Roxanne, as he rushes at you?
I think someone else face takes his punch for me.
One of your shadows, you mean?
Yeah.
All right, so he rushes, just fist, 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 fist. All of them miss, and the last one just kind of glances up against one of your shadow guard. I don't know which one it is, but they take a nice right hook as they all kind of pull back into you. And the look he gives you is just like, what the shit just happened? As he's doing that, the lady flips over Moira, and she's basically going for a downward smash on you, Radaya. Please also roll me to face danger. Do you have any defensive tags?
Don't think so.
I don't think so. Before you finalize your roll, I forgot Moira. Who did you share your known future with? The future site? Roxanne, okay. So yeah, basically just roll face danger as is, Radaya.
Okay.
We'll just roll 2d6.
Yeah, fire resist isn't. You're not going to help me with a.
Nope, she punching.
Owie.
Alrighty, as she barrels over and comes crashing down onto you, Radaya, you will take the full status of. We'll say she did indeed go for a hit. And that one is going to be not broken arm 3. That's a bit intense. I'll just put it rocked. That is indeed a tier 3 harm. So that's gonna hurt. She knocks you back, Radaya, and she kicks you so hard. I don't have map for this, but you go flying back like 15 feet and you crash into some garbage as she kind of sits there posing, looking now towards you, Moira, assuming she's knocked out Radaya. And she looks and she smirks to you, Moira, says, "You're next."
I look at her and I'm like, alright, I'm getting tired of this bird. And I conjure another spell and I chain her up. A bunch of magical chains just wrap around her body. Kind of like Harry Houdini.
Okay, you're trying to shackle her?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a little something else. So there's different ways to, I guess, affect people. Obviously, they're trying to affect you guys with physical damage. You guys can be affected by mind control. You can be affected by, I mentioned kind of the joking one last time, being turned into candy. So if you're intending to chain her up, we can have that as a status that you add. And then once it gets to a certain number, she'll be basically subdued effectively. So are you intending for that? Or are you intending to change the game and add more attacks to make it easier for people to hurt her? Your choice.
Can you explain the first one?
Okay, so you don't need to win a fight by knocking someone out. If you froze someone in a block of ice, they're technically out of the fight. So to be really, really, really clear, the enemy you knocked out, his spectrum says hurt or subdue 3. Subdue would be like an armbar or something. He can't move. So let's say you're wrestling this dude, and I'll say roll, go toe-to-toe, and maybe you get him with a 2. Then you roll toe-to-toe again, you get him with a 3. Suddenly, you're able to move into a good position to get his arm behind his back and his face in the dirt. That would be subdued 3, therefore he's taken out of the fight. So if you want to chain her, that could take her out of the fight without actually having to, like, knock her out. So that's something you can very much do if you want.
But you're saying it would take multiple rounds to chain her?
Might be one. You can get lucky.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah. Basically, you can defeat someone by either punching them really hard in the face, freezing them in a block of ice, burying them in chains, anything, whatever you guys can think of. So this means you don't need to make a character that just beats the shit out of people. You can make a character that just CCs people, and that is an effective way to remove someone from combat. Pretty snazzy. So if you're going for that, that would be go toe-to-toe, because she's basically right next to you. And it's not a big construct, so you're not going to get your negative. Now remember, something else. If you guys want something to succeed, guaranteed, you can always burn one of your tags if you want. If you burn a tag, it automatically rolls a 7 plus 3. Always. So you always get a 10. Always. It will always full succeed. You do need to burn
tags?
Any tag that logically makes sense. So you could burn spellcasting or energy-based constructs, and then you click on any other tags that would logically make sense to help that, but only...
What would happen if you burn it?
You automatically succeed, but you cannot use that tag again until we reach a downtime phase, aka you going home and relaxing for a day, driving for an extended period of time, something like that. For reference, we will be going to a downtime phase relatively soon.
So you're saying it might be a good time to do it?
If you'd like, yeah, you're more than welcome to. You do not have to. It is a guarantee this will work, but the downside is you cannot use that tag anymore. Until we...
Until another downtime, but you said there's going to be a downtime soon, so might as well do it.
Yeah, go for it. And then whatever other tags make sense.
Did I do it right?
I think you just rolled.
Why did it not do spell casting?
So I think what you did is you clicked on the burn. Yeah, you clicked on burn tag. Technically, what you have to do is I'll do it on your character sheet. So ignore my roll.
I already did a good roll there.
Correct. So we're gonna keep that roll. If you direct your attention to what I'm going to do now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click, and then when it pops up, it says burn tag. I'm going to select spellcasting, and then it'll automatically burn the tag for me. And say it says spellcasting plus 3. So
that's what I did. I clicked confirm burn astral projection. I'll press yes, and then it made a fire noise.
Yeah, so you want to do that while you're rolling, not click the fire. Regardless, you rolled a 12 technically, because you would have used spellcasting and energy-based constructs, meaning you can pick 2 of these things. Alrighty, for reference, the 2, the bottom one, that's already what you want. So all you're intending to do is to chain her, right?
Yeah.
So realistically, you can actually just pick the bottom 2. Because the bottom one, yeah, there you go. That way she can't respond. Basically, you put yourself in a good enough position, or you're already dodging while you're casting this. And I'm going to throw a little debuff on her, a new one. So since this one's different to slashed, I'm going to call it chained. And it's unique, so she's going to have a second one. You can see if you put your finger over, she has chained one and slashed one. And that should, if you get a really good hit next time, effectively build up. So you kind of fire off chains with your magic and you're trying to hold her down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're wrapping around her body like snakes.
Yeah. Maybe you get like one around her leg, but she's able to kind of shake the other ones off, and she's not really sure what you're doing. You just like fired like spectral chains at her, so she's super confused, and she's still kind of like move around. She's kind of dancing around a bit, and she has both of you in her sights. You can tell Xander by your positioning, her positioning, she's not going to go for you next. She's still kind of shooting towards Moira. You've taken a very good defensive stance.
So you're saying she's not held down yet?
Correct. She has chained 1. Chained 3 would mean she's completely out of commission.
Bullshit.
So but for the drama, she said, "You're next." And,
oh yeah.
And after Xander starts to chains or whatever, I say, "No, you're next," and then I attack her.
Oh, you got her with the no you.
Can there be like one chain around her leg so she's kind of like awkward hopping at us?
Oh yeah. So some chains land on her, just not enough to actually fully hold her down, and she's not really stopping to remove them.
And I also want to look really intimidating, so I'm going to use my unsettling aura, self-fulfilling prophecy.
Question, Moira. You used occasional openings before as a negative earlier, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Okay, make sure you mark attention to that book.
Oh, that counts as attention?
Anytime you use one of your negatives, you always mark attention. Basically, the main way to get experience in this game is to use your negative tags. That's why you want a good negative tag. Otherwise, you never level.
Okay.
All right, so you're moving in to kick her in the face, right?
Yeah. So I guess this can't be considered self-defense, but it is situational awareness because I know that Xander has those chains on.
Indeed.
All right. Would this be go toe to toe?
Oh yeah,
or hit
she's
with all you've got.
She's right in front of you. Go toe to toe. You are 1v1ing her.
Damn, not good at all.
Alrighty. The nice thing is you can choose one of those things, and a 9 is great. A 9 is honestly fantastic.
Can I use known future?
Oh yes, you were supposed to. So that
I didn't do that.
All good. Guess what? Boop, 10.
Perfect.
All right. So you see just enough into her future, just a wee bit to dodge a few of her attacks. Now you can choose 2.
All right. So I get them good. And I guess you managed to achieve your goal.
That or dodge.
I guess that is the goal, is getting them good.
Effectively, yeah.
So I'll do you block, dodge, or counter their best attempts.
Excellent.
All right.
So you technically rolled with a shit ton of status. You rolled with 6 status. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That is a healthy amount.
I didn't roll very well either. I know. I know. I didn't roll very well.
No, but you rolled with a lot of extra tags. So the thing is, as I mentioned before, they're resistant to normal damage, which would be you kicking them. The thing is, they're not that resistant, and you kicked her really hard. So if you want to narrate you basically knocking her out, you very well can.
Oh, I'm so bad at the narration part, though.
But like I said, she's going to do a spinning roundhouse kick. I was right.
Stop! I was literally just gonna say that. I was like, so she says, "No, you're next," and then she does like a jumping, spinning roundhouse kick right to the head.
Beautiful. She's clearly moving in to counter-strike, but you're just a second too fast, and you somehow dodge a move she hasn't even thought about making yet. Because of this, you just crack her right across the jaw, and this hit echoes throughout the alleyway, and she goes spinning and just slams her back into a wall, and is very clearly her eyes are nowhere right now, and she's just slumped against the wall, completely knocked out. You guys can hear some rustling in the trash as the guy back there is slowly like crawling away. He's just kind of rolled out.
For some reason, I was like, "Is there a raccoon over there?" But it's just the guy.
As you think that, there's actually a raccoon crawling on his head, and he's like trying to slap it off, and it grabs his hat and runs away with it.
Hey, Roxanne, grab that guy. Grab that bloke for me.
I will poof in the shadows over to him.
All right, keep in mind you have the guy right in front of you.
Oh, he's still not down yet?
Oh no, I'll let you know they're down. The chain guy is not out. He is a very...
Oh, hang on. Xander, do you want me to grab the guy in front of me or the guy who's about to escape?
No. Grab the guy that's escaping. Me and Moira can deal with Shackled Boy.
Mr. Shackles himself.
In that case, he's still looking at me, right?
He's looking right at you.
I want to do that, sneaky shadow thing where the shadows just kind of whoosh over me and disappear right in front of his face. Like a magic trick. And then appear over here.
Okay. Let's see. So you're basically trying to move, but we're not sneaking. I almost want to say this is still go toe to toe, because it says when you use your abilities to overcome someone or something in a struggle for control, and you state what your goal is, or when you perform something, this is take the risk. When you perform a daring, risky, or outright stupid feat, do you think this leans more into stupid or more into directly against this guy?
I'm not sure it's quite stupid.
We haven't rolled take the risk, so let's go ahead and do that.
All right, am I rolling to just move?
Whatever tags you have that will help you shadow whoosh away from him, you may use.
I think just moving the shadows then.
Alrighty, we got an 8. Things get messy. The MC, that's me, will offer you a hard bargain or an ugly choice. Let's see. I'll offer you 3 choices. 1, you end up somewhere you didn't intend. 2, you take Chainboy with you. Or 3, Chainboy gets an opportunity to strike you on your way out.
Can you give me a hint where I'd end up?
No. It won't be that bad, though, because this is a mixed success. It's an 8. It's not a complete failure.
Oh, tough choice.
I'll go with that one.
Yeah, but it'd be really funny to take him with me. All right. The social thing is I will end up somewhere wrong since I'm very bad at aiming this, apparently.
Okay, we're going with that one.
We need to end up in a door frame.
All right.
Exactly.
You're looking at this guy that's crawling away after this raccoon rips his hat off and just starts running away with it. And as you focus your abilities to warp basically in front of him, you're kind of like, trying to cut him off at the pass.
Yeah.
Rather than ending up closer to him, you somehow end up further away.
God damn it!
And a bit higher up. Moira and Xander, you guys see shadows kind of just like shoot backwards rapidly. And they slink up the side of this building. And suddenly, Roxanne, you have a really good view of the city.
Roxanne, that's not where I meant.
It isn't? I thought this is exactly what you meant.
I'm just face palming right now.
Exactly what I wanted.
So it's slightly awkward. You're about 2 stories up now. We know you can easily get down, but not great. And while you're reconsidering positioning and such, the guy jumped out for you and completely missed Roxanne. And seeing that you're just gone, he's not going to question it. He also goes to pull something out of his cloak as he turns to face you, Xander. But before that, Radaya, you're covered in some amount of trash, but you're not out. You're just hurt. How are you feeling?
I need something for this.
You definitely have something for it.
I think I do. How'd you get up there?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, one of those things again, huh? Okay, so yeah, a potion and perk myself back up, I guess.
Sure, yeah. Roll the usual good stuff, and that'll be to change the game. Actually, hold up. I'm gonna say use your negative cross contamination because you just got like drop kicked across the room. So maybe some of your bottles got mixed up.
I was like, do I dare?
The color looks mostly the right. It's pretty good.
I guess in my haze, I just rummaged through looking for what I think is right.
Yeah, exactly.
Hit the buttons.
Only slightly, Rock. And make sure after you roll, you mark attention.
Oh, right. Yes, buttons.
All right. Hey, you're the 5 out of 5 plus all the good stuff. You still got a 12.
Nice.
Alrighty. So our intent is to reduce a status, and realistically, it says you can you get 2 juice. You can just bank 1 for now, or you can spend it on something else that would make sense.
I don't know. I guess a bank it. I guess.
Sure. On your character sheet, on that second tab, the unnamed juice, you can add something there. Name it something along the sides of, healing, literally healing juice, something like that. All right, you just kind of rummage through your bag and start chugging away. Roxanne, you end up on top of a building. Moira, you just absolutely decimated this chick. You drop kicked her across the room. And Xander, you see this guy going for something.
Oh, look under the corner of my eye, looking at him, taking something out of his pocket. I'm going to give him a nice slug to the face.
Already, and with 11, you can choose 2. Already, Xander, and 3. Okay, it is a normal hurt, minus dose. So he's not fully knocked out, but you definitely...
What do you mean minus dose?
So he takes 3 minus 2 because of what they are.
What do you mean?
Anytime they take damage, they either minus 2 or they minus 1, depending on the attack you use.
Did I hit him with 3, though?
You hit him with 3 minus 2, which is 1.
Where's the minus 2 coming from?
From him. Anytime you attack them, I automatically minus it by 2. If it's a regular attack, if it's a quote-unquote legendary attack, I minus it by 1. It was the first thing I showed you guys. Technically, if you want, you could cover your fist in an energy-based construct, and that will make it a normal attack, if you will.
True, I could do that.
Yeah, the thing is, if you wanted to, we can quickly wreck on that because you already know this about them. You already know they're strangely resilient to damage.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't. My bad.
Yeah, we're learning. This is how we learn. It's all good. Alrighty, so instead of
I'll do that.
All right, excellent. So instead of a giant...
I'll make some knuckle busters out of my magic.
Alrighty, well, that will be enough to actually knock him out. So if you want to go ahead and narrate that, he's very clearly, as you can see, going for a gun. And right before he's able to pull it out, Xander, you move in and...
I do some, pretty much, the Naruto stuff, the hand signals. What was it called?
You Naruto at him?
My brain's not working right now. The
Yes.
The thing that Naruto does?
Yeah, Tenchi Jin.
No, that just meant, jutsu.
I know.
Whatever.
I know, it's jutsu from Final Fantasy. Continue.
Anyways.
Or do some hand signals, and a magical knuckle duster pops up on my hand, and I'll give him a nice knocker to the face.
All right, you just smash into this dude, and he goes flying upward like 10 feet, further ripping the chain along the ground.
Can it be a little bit funnier than making him fly? Can it like send him up in the air, and then the chain like holds on to him, so it like stops him from moving too hard, and he just smacks back down to earth?
I mean, yeah, that's the rest of the sentence. He can't keep going because he's chained. So as he goes flying up, he gets caught and just smashes straight back down. The other guy sees that and he just starts like booking it. He was already kind of up and ready to get out, and he's clearly leaving, but she's still knocked out, and so is this guy. He's probably not going anywhere for a good second or two.
Hey Moira, if you want to go chase after that man?
Absolutely. Which way did he go again?
Can I send my army of saddle soldiers after him?
You very much can if you wish.
He's booking it past the
Have a better idea.
What?
dragonfly.
Yeah, Dragon comes in and blocks the way.
Ooh, that is a good idea.
That very much works.
That'd also terrify the shit out of him. Do it.
Okay, so I call him to tap my little brooch again and make finger directions to where that guy's running to.
Alrighty.
To have him come down in front of him.
All right, Dragon knows where to go. Go ahead and roll toe to toe.
I guess. Do I have a tag for this or just a fierce dragon?
Realistically, you're trying to scare him and stop him. I would say sharp claws can play into this because you're using them to be like, hey, back it up, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's everything.
Alrighty.
Did that work?
Yeah, we got a mixed success. That's an 8. And you can choose one, which I'm assuming the first one. Achieve your goal. Excellent. I forgot. Have you named your dragon?
Say no, not yet. It's not known.
Yeah, we know that, dragon is named, but we don't know. And as this unnamed, I'd say warrior of darkness, but no, it's definitely warrior of light, as it is shadow powered. What? No, solar powered. Was flying through the night. This man thinks, yes, freedom. Risey takes a turn down what is unfortunately a one-way alley. He is met face to face with a massive dragon, and you guys can kind of hear all the way from down there just a and he kind of just shit. You guys don't see him. He took a right turn, but slowly, one step at a time, he just kind of backs up with his hands in the air, and he kind of side eyes to your group, and he sees, all right, we're caught.
So, can Xander magic some handcuffs, or is that only good in battles?
So there is no battle. There is no not battle. It's always, everything's always happening. You can dream it. It can happen.
I mean, I can handcuff him if you want me to.
I mean, we're gonna ask him questions or something, right?
The other two are unconscious. He's all we got.
Mm-hmm. The dragon's around the corner, but you guys can kind of see its wings as it's waiting around the corner. He clearly can't go any further.
All right, I'm gonna go up to him, I guess.
All right, he puts his hands down. He turns to you, and he kind of just,
Oh, you don't run in, or am I gonna have to do some more to you?
What do you want? Who even are you?
I want to know why you've been messing with these nice business owners, huh? Why are you asking them for money for protection, huh? Why are you trying to shake them down?
He shrugs. Yeah, it's business. What's the matter to you?
A business? What kind of business are we talking about?
He smirks. Business. What can I say?
We can keep on doing the runabout, or I can make it worse for you, and we can just make you talk.
As you're chit-chatting to him, I'm going to reveal this on all of them. They have a status that says, my lips are sealed. 5. They do not want to speak.
Did you just say 5?
I said 5.
Oh my god.
If you want, you may roll to investigate. You're more than welcome to do so, but you're going to have to contend with that.
Contend with a 5?
Uh-huh.
So we have to do enough damage to get to a 5, or we have to get something over a 5?
You'll need to roll investigate, and it's going to be at a -5 on top of what you currently have.
I'll try it.
Yeah, I think more is the best chance.
So, like I mentioned, she's knocked out. She'll be up in a second. You guys can talk to each of these individuals if you wish. Are you just staying on the roof, by the way, Roxanne?
I'm walking back and forth trying to figure out the best way down.
So I can do something to him, but it has to be under investigate.
If you're trying to talk to him, or if you're trying to get information, there'll be an investigate roll.
Can I raise him up to interrogate him?
Yeah, so you guys can technically try to reduce the status, but they don't want to talk. They do not want to talk.
That's okay.
All right.
I'm gonna try.
Since we are going to play hardball, I've got a nice little surprise for you, mate. I'm gonna do a little bit of dinga with my magic and my Ivazar. I'm gonna lift him up with my magic to interrogate his soul.
What exactly are we intending to do with this?
I'm gonna make him feel pain. I'm gonna make him feel anguish. And I'm going to make him feel like he wants to talk, or else it's not going to be good for him in the outcomes of the ending.
Okay. So we're still trying to investigate, but first, you're basically threatening him with your Eye of Azar powers?
Essentially, I'm lifting him up in the air with magic and kind of making his body not feel good.
Okay. So if you want, you can roll to change the game, and then roll investigate. That'll help a little bit at least. So whichever tags make sense for that. And while this is happening, while Xander's doing his business, Moira, you see her kind of coming to. And the expression on her face is matching what you assume the other guy looks like. Very much like, shit, I've had it. Who even are you people?
So I'm able to investigate.
Very much so, yes.
I want to jump on top of her.
When you say jump on top of her, what do you mean?
Knock her out again.
You're
I'll
cutting out.
knock her out again.
These guys do have powers, correct?
Yes.
Can you just hold her down?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, just,
So technically, could I use my strong against supernatural?
They're not supernatural. They're just, this sounds dumb. They're supernaturally strong, but they themselves are not supernatural.
What? Then how'd they break out of my superpowered hug?
Because they're super. I'm just kidding.
He didn't break out. You were trying to damage him.
All right, fair enough.
Or I'm going to lift him up with my magic and be like, all right, you're going to talk, or this is not going to feel good for you, mate. And he said, change the game, right?
So don't use smooth talker. This one is intending to just damage him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, basically you're putting a debuff on him. So yes, change the game. And we're intending to put a tag. Perfect. All right, so you get a 3 juice. Basically, we're making a story tag. So we'll make it nice and simple. I'll just call it, loose lips. And I'll throw that on him specifically.
Oh, do I pick 1 or 2?
Technically, you have 3 juice on this specifically. I would say bank it, but you can't bank this juice. This is only used in this one scenario. You're not going to be able to use it again, obviously, because he's going to be gone in a minute. But we're not really burning any tags. So there's nothing to burn as of current.
Yeah,
so
just create a story tag and give or reduce status.
Yeah, I basically gave him the tag loose lips. That's it. So when you roll to investigate, you'll have a better time doing that. So go ahead and do that first. You roll your investigate, and then we'll have Moira do roll investigate. All right, so I'll add +1 after your roll, and this is investigate. All right, and that +1
well,
is
that's pretty good math there, even with the -5.
Yeah, that was a -5 with your 4. That's only a -1, and you roll a 10, so you got a 9. That's excellent. That's a mixed success. So you get 1 clue, and you can spend them on 1-to-1. Basically, you can ask him a question, and then I will choose one of these things. So
you get to pick which one is clicked.
Indeed, this is the MC can choose one of these complications.
Where were you on there, brother? No, I'm just kidding. What did you do with Sam's saddle?
He narrows his eyes, and you can tell he's wincing through the pain, whatever you're doing. Something I'll give you for free, as I mentioned before, there's something coursing throughout their bodies that he should probably be in more pain. And you notice when you hit this dude, you hit him really hard. If he's not bleeding or broken in the way that he should be. He literally did like a backflip into a bin of garbage. He should be much more hurt than this.
Like you know what Wanda, like when she lifts people up and it kind of hurts them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm pretty much doing.
It's less effective than you're used to. But he winces and says, I don't know anything.
I think you know something. What is your involvement with Sam?
He wouldn't pay up. We asked a few times, but I didn't do anything. Didn't hurt.
If you didn't do anything, then who did?
He's still kind of. I can't say, mainly because I don't know.
I want to know why he was drowned instead of being hung.
Someone above me, someone that knows more, in charge of more. We were tasked to rough him up just a little, but we didn't kill him. We didn't drown him or hang him or whatever happened.
Were you there when he died?
No,
You know who it was?
I could venture to guess. He's kind of smirking.
Did they call him the Shark?
He just continues smiling. Just kind of shrugs. If you keep poking into this, you'll see soon.
I can make this hurt a lot worse if you don't give me what I need.
He looks like he's bring it on. Effectively, he's out of he won't answer anymore. It looks like you could hurt him, and all you're gonna get is shit information at this point.
As in he doesn't know anything else?
He either doesn't know anything else, or any information you get past this point will be a lie.
Well, dingleberries.
And then we'll cut over to Moira. Roxanne asked if Radiah could whip up a truth serum.
I might be able to. Let's see. Oh, my bag's a mess.
Have you learned the recipe for that one yet?
Don't know.
It might be a rare drop. I don't know.
Might be. I could try.
Yes, you very much can. Go ahead and roll to change the game. And with that, she's kind of knocked out, so we can definitely truth serum her up a bit. Basically, it's the same thing that Xander did, but instead of magically loosening his lips, you're going to chemically loosen her lips.
This is going to be
maybe
a
something
group
for
effort.
that. I don't want healing properties. I don't think I want healing properties.
Probably
I
not.
wanna, 'cause
How about hurting properties?
I mean, if you think like there's some sort of mental block, a healing property might remove it.
We don't want to remove anything that needs to be on there, right?
But I mean, there's clearly something in the way. My lips are sealed. Or
but that
sorry.
could be a loyalty thing,
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say,
not
that
like
loyalty or not
how
magical?
Michael was influenced.
This one feels like loyalty. Part of it is they know they're not invincible, but they know they're stronger than most folk. Oh no! All right, we have an MC hard move.
I mean,
We rolled a
Do
5.
do we know the true serum? Is it gonna work?
Let's see. I'm gonna say here. I'll use this for this in particular. The hard move is that I'm going to burn your I have something for that tag, meaning it can't be used until we reach a downtime. Basically, your bag is such a mess right now that whatever you just made, you realize before you give it to her, Radiah, that it's not going to be a truth serum. You're not sure what it could be. It's sizzling a bit too much. This might just be some form of acid or something. It could be good for like dissolving bodies, but probably not for squeezing truth out of somebody.
Oh no! Do you recommend we use it?
By the sound of that, I'm going to say no. Let's see what happens to the floor.
Wait,
Put a little
what?
droplet on the.
What happens to the floor? I've got an idea.
You pour it into the concrete, and while it does burn and sizzle quite loudly, actually, for a couple seconds, it quickly becomes inert and just is this kind of nasty, like dark brown liquid.
Ooh. But can we threaten to pour it down her throat?
Look! I'm handling this investigation.
Oh my gosh! Here's the potion. You guys do what you're going to do with it.
Anyway, I do think Roxanne.
Apparently, I failed. My bag's a mess.
No. We
Garbage
can use
in it.
this.
No, it's
We
a
can use
success.
this. We can use this.
I want to take it, and Maura, tell me when to pour it.
Moira.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So just to set the scene, since I know that she seems like she's in charge of the other two, and that she's probably, like, obviously, I don't know the my lips are sealed thing exactly, but I feel like she might need an extra push to tell us something. I want to like tap into the Mothman's spirit to make her like really unsettled and to like be afraid. And I want Roxanne to use the acid jar as a threatening tool, but not to actually do anything.
Can I also summon all my soldiers into like physical form so that they're like towering over her?
Okay, so whatever tags you use to make this debuff, Moira, you can't use to investigate, but you definitely can do that.
Okay, so I should debuff first and then investigate?
Correct. Because our endgame goal here is to investigate, so you very much can do that. Just make sure this is a linked move, so they can't be used together. Roxanne,
Yes.
you can do this. Radiah, only you know this. That potion is useless now. It's basically just mud. They don't know that, though. You saw that it stopped fizzling after, meaning it's basically just a liquid. It's probably tastes and smells disgusting. So Roxanne and Moira do not know it's basically just nothing now.
I mean, we know it's not a truth serum.
True. I'm
and
just saying.
She also knows it's not a truth serum, and that's fine.
Yes, I'm just saying. The three ladies over here do not know what's in that jar. Radia knows it's basically nothing.
I mean, in my defense, Moira does not care that it's nothing.
That's perfectly fair.
She's like,
I don't either.
This is simply a tool for the vision.
All right, I will have Roxanne roll first to change the game, and then I'll have you roll after Moira.
Okay, wait, after Moira?
Sorry.
Oh, after Moira.
Moira, correct. Yeah. So Roxanne first, and then Moira. You're basically rolling twice: one to make the debuff, and then one to actually work on that. So what are you doing exactly, Roxanne? You're freaking him out?
Yeah, I just want to make her feel like she's very outnumbered.
Okay.
And in fact, I want all my shadow soldiers to look very intimidating.
Okay. What's the obsession and not alone tag? What are those doing?
The soldiers, because I'm summoning them not alone because I'm obviously not alone. It isn't just me.
Okay.
And obsession because I am prepared to push this further than maybe needs go, especially since I think this is actually acid.
All right. Go ahead and use...
Because how dare you hurt an older brother?
Go ahead and use the weakness tag known vigilante for this one, because you are presenting yourself and your shadows directly.
Yeah, I was thinking about adding that one. I'll also show off my eyes too.
Excellent. All right, so go ahead and roll to change the game. You're styling on her.
No.
All right, definitely add attention. No matter what, you always add that. Success or fail.
I can't use known future, right?
That was more for combat, so probably not.
Okay.
So did you give me anything, Roxanne?
No, it's a fail.
This does not bode well for my role.
I mean, the soldiers are still there.
We're going to get nothing. No, it's fine.
It was a little intimidating.
It's a little intimidating.
I'm trying to be an edgelord here, and I keep failing.
Actually, that's exactly why it's not working. You need to not try and be an edgelord. You need to just be intimidating. Anybody who tries to be an edgelord fails miserably. Everybody makes fun of them on the internet.
You are very correct.
Look, I'm gonna take Roxanne aside later on, and I'm gonna be like, Roxanne, you need to stop this. How old are you?
Oh shoot, I wrote it down. Hang on. Oh, I'm 19.
Oh my god, you need to stop this.
She's like prime for that though, almost.
This is right. It's right around that age. Moira's past that age. And she's just like, God, this kid would be so much more like, she just needs to be herself. I'll have a talk with her later. But does that actually give me anything, or is it not?
No. So, as I'm relatively new to the game, hard moves are kind of complicated. It could be one of like 20 different things, plus anything else. So I'm trying to figure out how to make this work without... I'm 90% sure what I'm going to say is not going to benefit you. It's only going to be a negative.
To me?
No, to Roxanne specifically. To the situation. Okay. We'll put it that way. Basically, what happens, Roxanne, is you begin to summon your shadow army.
And now it's known who she is?
No, for whatever reason, you can't stop. More and more come out. Maybe they pop out in locations you don't really plan on. Maybe the larger ones come out that you weren't intending on. And like I said, regular folk can't really see you guys or what you're doing, but they see whatever logically makes the most sense. So you summon a shadow army, and Michael potentially just sees a shit ton of people here suddenly. They came out of nowhere. And he kind of panics, and without really knowing what to do, Michael just freaks out and like books it. He just runs.
Oh no.
I mean, that's probably for the best.
You also
Roxanne.
You also can see it's not just him. You look up, a couple people are maybe watching you guys. You got some nosy neighbors, and you see some shutters close.
Good.
But before you do,
they can't see me because I'm over in the corner.
Yeah, they don't see you, but the people that do see, you catch a hint of fear in their eyes, Roxanne, as these shutters are closed. You don't know if people are being called or what, but you probably have limited time. So Moira,
limited time.
Yeah, Moira,
right.
you can do your thing.
I'm going to bring forth the spirit of Mothman and attempt to intimidate. So would that be change the game?
That is indeed change the game. Just remember that whatever tags you use now...
All right, I can't use them for the next one.
Right.
Okay.
You're going for full freak out.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Okay. So I get 4 juice?
You do, yes.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. It's just, I don't know if you could use it all.
All right. Well, I want to. Can I reduce their status of lips are sealed?
Yes, I'm going to reduce the status by 1 to 4. And I'm going to add intimidated to her. And that's good. So for whatever reason, I don't know why, but you guys can't click on story tags. I don't know why. I'm going to make it a status on her, intimidated, for when you go to roll against her. So it's going to be a story tag, and it's going to be a prolonged effect. And
so does that create story tag?
Yeah. So for reference, game speak, whenever you're trying to create a debuff on someone, you're always trying to create a story tag, so that you can then use the story tag to, give yourself a +1. You also want to prolong the effect, which is like the fifth one down. If you don't do that, it burns once and it's gone. So if you have like a superpowered punch and you don't prolong the effect, it only works for 1 roll.
So I should prolong the effect.
Correct.
And can I scale up the effect? Would that make any difference? No, it's only one person that we're talking to, right?
Basically, you have too much juice.
I have too much juice.
Yeah, a little too much juice, but it's fine. Like I said, I lowered my lips sealed to 4, and you have intimidated 1, basically. So now you can roll to investigate. So go ahead and set that up.
Can she stock up juice?
Technically, but only for this exact situation. The second you guys leave the situation, the juice expires. So.
Oh, all right.
It has a really bad shelf life.
I did not use self-fulfilling prophecy so that I could use it. And that's because my prophecy that I'm self-fulfilling is them telling me something.
Yes.
All right. Well, here's to hoping.
Fire away.
Just curious, is this guy still floating in the air?
No, he's slammed on the ground.
Okay.
He's proper knocked out.
Only one?
Like the guy that I was dealing with?
Extra? Actually, that would have been a 14, so.
I'm not talking about the guy I chained. I mean the guy that I was interrogating.
Oh, I mean, did you put him down?
No.
Then I guess he's still floating.
They were doing their thing. I just assumed it was happening at the same time.
So I don't really know why it says 1 clue. Because on a hit, you get clues equal to the power you used. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
You technically get 4 questions.
I get 4 questions.
I believe so, because you got a 10, yeah.
Okay. Well,
and you
bring
get
up my notes.
Yeah, you get no downsides.
All right. So, first question is, who are you working for?
As you begin to question her, she clearly gives you the look as if to say, I'm not going to answer. You know I'm not going to answer. But there's something behind your eyes that flashes, Moira. Something that dances amongst the shadows in the background that Roxanne has summoned. A figure that doesn't belong. It shouldn't be here. She was looking at your figures, Roxanne, and they're not what you intended. They're not as solid and as intimidating as you wanted, so they confuse her for a moment. But there's something moving throughout them that's not of this world. And
sure.
She tries to see what it is, and you're asking her questions, Moira, and she's, what? And it jolts behind another figure, and then suddenly another, and then it's behind you, Moira. And she's looking almost past you, and for a moment she betrays the fear in her eyes, and she shakes as if I must have got hit really hard. And she looks like she's breathing a little heavier as well.
Did she say anything?
And after you ask the question again, you said, who are you working for?
Mm-hmm.
She's very clearly thinking about it, and she doesn't want to answer. But the situation is pushing her more than she would like. And she sort of nods. Before she answers, she says, do you even know what you've gotten yourself into?
If you want to tell me what I've gotten myself into, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to find out.
That's what we're working on, man.
And she kind of glares and says, I'm asking if you're sure this is a hornet's nest that you actually want to kick.
I'm afraid of no hornets.
Look, I'm going to uncover the truth with or without you. I don't need you asking me questions.
Oh, Moira, he's so cool.
She nods, but says, all right, then fine. Well, you have to know I can't betray who I work for.
Can you give me a hint?
She smirks as if to say, you know what would happen. You're smarter. You're smarter than that. Says,
I suspected.
We're not at liberty to say. Let's just say that some of these people here owe a debt, and we're here to collect said debt.
So you can't tell me who you're working for.
She nods.
How about you give me a location?
As you ask, she kind of gives you the same look as if, I'm not going to answer that. But as you ask for a location, you see that her left hand kind of goes for her back pocket, almost instinctually. She's not even thinking about it. She just does it.
Okay. So her hands are free?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't chain her. You just knocked the shit out of her. She's not going anywhere, clearly.
I'm like, what's that in your pocket there?
She quickly pulls her hand up. Nothing. Why?
I think it's something. That's a little suspicious.
She just kind of makes a face at you and says, ask your questions.
How about you give me what's in your pocket instead?
The fear once again dances through her eyes, and she almost, against her will, just sighs out, pulls out a napkin that's folded up and just kind of hands it to you. She doesn't want to make eye contact with you.
That's fine. I don't need eye contact. I'll look at that later. I tuck it in my jacket.
Okay.
Let's see. Who are you collecting from next?
It actually looks like she's thinking this time. Well, we were collecting from the pizza shop, but you interrupted us.
Will you be coming back for them?
Why?
Why else? Obviously, we're trying to stop you. That's the whole thing.
If ordered to, yes. Them in the liquor shop.
What's the shop next?
I don't know if you run into the owner or not, but he rubbed our employer the wrong way.
I can see how he might rub some people the wrong way. But you know what? That's kind of why I like him.
A bit too strong-willed. Let's just say if that keeps up, he might not have a shop for much longer.
All right.
You know, a building full of burnable liquids and all that.
Are you threatening arson?
Just pointing out a fact.
Yeah, it's a good fact. Good fact to know.
Threatening while already gotten beaten up is kind of funny.
She's pretty strong-willed.
She's not threatening it. She's letting you guys know.
She's just letting us know.
She's not threatening. She's just telling you it's gonna happen.
She might not do it. Any thug could do it. Any random person could do this.
So the facts are, we can't have any direct answer, right?
If you ask the right questions,
you just push harder.
Yeah, if you ask the right question, I'll give a direct answer. You rolled a 10, so I'm not giving you any fuzzy answers, nothing weird. If she can't answer something, she won't answer it. So,
you know, what does the napkin say?
As you unfold the napkin, you notice it's a little scuffed up.
Yeah.
It has a phone number on it, and it also has a logo for one Rusty's Bar.
Rusty's Bar again. We haven't gone to Rusty's Bar yet, right?
You have not.
We're on our way. And
Yeah.
this happened.
Oh, it's a napkin from Rusty's Bar.
Correct.
And we had a matchbook from Rusty's Bar?
It was either a matchbook or a business card, yes.
Actually, you know what?
Oh, yes,
I have
yes.
it in my notes. It's a matchbook.
Indeed. It's in the scenes. I added it.
So we have one matchbook from Rusty's Bar, one napkin from Rusty's Bar.
Indeed.
I just not sure what the right question is. You know what I mean?
If you tell me what you want to know, I know it's basically like asking a question, but it doesn't need to be phrased perfectly.
Well, I want to know where we can move up the chain to the source. Does that make sense?
That definitely does make sense, but I will say, in terms of what they have already answered,
But the napkin is pretty telling.
Yes.
Right?
I will say there is an avenue you guys have not gone down, just to be transparent, that you probably wouldn't go down realistically. So that's not really worth asking. Because the thing is, traditionally, she and these people, well, they're not good people. So how would you normally threaten said folk?
With the finger off?
Break a finger?
Whoa, no. As a normal... Sorry. As a normal civilian, how would you normally threaten?
A normal civilian?
Yes.
You mean, and you wouldn't threaten them with death?
Probably not.
Well, that's the only I can think of.
I don't know how to tell you this.
You said they're bad guys. I mean, how else would you threaten a bad guy other than like, I'm going to kill you. Give me answers.
In real life, you would... No, what? Are you talking? Are you
police.
insane? Yeah, you call the police. Are you crazy? Holy shit.
Oh my
Retire,
god.
the sensible one.
Okay, look. Two things here.
I don't know what
Two
movies
things.
you've watched, but every movie that deals with this.
One,
I'm
I'm not a vigilante. I don't know how to threaten people.
I am.
Two, I hate the cops.
That's fair.
I think all of us don't want to deal with
Yeah.
the cops. So.
Which is fair. I'm just saying, it's not an avenue you guys
You know
went
what?
down.
They don't know
Actually,
that. She
Right.
doesn't know
They don't
that.
know that.
That's
They don't
true.
know that I don't like the cops. That's true.
So remember, this is a normal world. try to imagine yourself like a normal person. Were you to corner someone, you wouldn't tell them, tell me about your boss or I'll literally murder you in the street. You wouldn't tell somebody
sure?
that.
I mean, it's not a completely normal world because we do have powers.
Okay, well, in that case,
Right, but-
are we threatening with the police then? Is that the avenue we want to take?
Yeah.
No, he's saying you can, but there's other way. I mean, I didn't do that, and I got stuff out of him.
Oh, wanna...
You guys have given me scary answers. But effectively,
all right, lock him up. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
go on.
Effectively, everything you've asked her, you've gotten everything you could possibly get out of her. Realistically, if you want to ask something else, you definitely can. But she's given you quite a bit.
All right. Well, it's not like I want to let her run free, so maybe I should call the cops.
Actually, call them or threaten to.
Well, I mean, if we let them go, they're just gonna go right back to what they were doing, right?
I'm curious how the cops interact with them too.
Hey, weird question. Oh, we want to see how the cops interact with them. Oh,
Yeah,
wait, that's right, because they were because sorry, this sentence.
Yeah, they're not helping the guy in the hospital, so maybe they're in.
Yeah, they're not helping the guy in the hospital. They tried to get him to help. That's a good point, actually.
the sound of an epiphany.
Sorry.
I'm going to call the cops.
All right. Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
All right, are you?
But now I don't know how to address it.
That's fine. Are you telling her you're going to do it, or are you just doing it?
I'm going to put my phone and call the cops.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say, hey, Roxanne, can you call the cops? And then
immediately.
Don't do. Oh my god.
Immediately.
Not immediately.
I don't feel like Roxanne would actually call the cops, though.
Roxanne, you're
all
a vigilante.
And, like beat the shit out of people.
I'm also a known vigilante, so I probably wouldn't.
You probably wouldn't. Actually, you know what? Maybe let's retcon that. I don't say that. I say, Roxanne, can you keep an eye on her while I go call the police?
Yes, ma'am. And I salute you.
Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. All right. I do, however, step back and get out my phone and I start typing in numbers. Does she do anything?
Do you say who you're calling, or do you make it relatively obvious? Are you doing this close by?
Yeah, I'm doing it relatively close by.
Okay, I mean, she can tell you dial.
Well,
9.
I say like, yeah, you know, all right, like we can't have you running around. I'm gonna get somebody to come pick you up. Like I'm gonna get the cops to come pick you up.
Okay, she can hear you dial 911 and then pull the phone up, and as you do, you can see her smirking.
Aha!
You know what? That's fine. I called the cops.
Alrighty, you have a relatively quick conversation with them and learn that they're actually already on the way. They've been called about another disturbance.
Well, that wasn't smart.
Oh, probably my
Well, I mean,
Roxanne.
you should have realized her smirking. They're probably in cahoots.
I'm aware. If you could see me rolling my eyes, I'm just kidding. This is what I know they're in.
Can I eat the guy that I'm dealing with into a trash can and start leaving? Because I don't want to deal with the cops.
I mean, he was already in a trash can, so you can just put him back in there. Yeah, just dump
You
him.
re-eat him.
Yeah, just dump him in the trash.
All right.
Re-eat
Well,
him.
the girls can deal with it. I'm going to go back to my car.
That's fine. Roxanne,
Yes, ma'am.
can you come over here a little bit? A little bit closer.
Okay.
Don't make sure she doesn't go. Don't make sure the girl goes. So I just want you to come over here a little closer.
I will motion out my shadow soldiers to lean in a little bit more intimidatingly and scooch over.
You've got a lot of those shadow soldiers there.
Yeah, and there's not supposed to be this many. I don't know what happened.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are you kidding me? No. Are you serious? Oh my.
You just asked me that. I said no.
I'm sorry. This is you know what? That's fine. We can deal with this. No problem.
Look, shadows do have a mind of their own, okay? It's not that.
Okay, but
weird.
can you do like a shadow tag? Can you like send a shadow with this lady and the cops?
Absolutely.
So that they can like and then report back to you. Okay, good. One on the cops, one on her. All right. Deal?
Yes, I'm gonna lean over to a dark corner and whisper into it.
Alrighty.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go back to her.
By this point, most of your shadows have disappeared. It was kind of a temporary explosion, but there are some lingerers.
That was rough. But I won't say that. Anyway, I go back to the lady
Just sitting there.
And I'm like, all right, I know y'all are in cahoots. It's fine. You can stop smirking. It's totally chill. But I'm going to leave them here to come get you. All right?
She shrugs.
Do you need a bus pass?
I think
Do
we'll
you
be
need a
fine.
parent or guardian signature?
I need to dig my friend out of the garbage.
Oh, he's your friend.
Employee.
He's your employee.
You
Interesting.
sound
You mean
very
coworker?
Do you shout that down down the alley?
No, I'm just sorry.
We love it.
Like,
We love a
you
chain of
coworker.
command. Anyway, and then I kick her in the leg and I back off.
All right, she clearly is definitely in pain. Y'all want the shit out of her, so she's kind of just chilling as of right now. She's not going anywhere.
And then I walk away and I like point to my two eyes and I point to hers. You know,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that like eye thing.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Yes, the eye thing.
Look, do
I
you
know.
know what I mean though?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I got my eyes on
I
you.
see you.
Yeah.
I'm watching.
Oh yeah,
you.
but I see you. I'm watching you.
100%.
Sorry, it's just the eye thing.
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of what it was called.
All right. And as you're dropping the eye thing, Radai and Roxanne, what are y'all doing?
Um,
I'm gonna mimic Mora.
Oh my god!
All right. She gets a double eye thing. Radai, how about you?
I take her under
No,
my wing,
I just shake my head at the two of you.
and then I walk over to Radai and I'm like, so what did that potion actually do?
Nothing. It was a fail. It
Wait,
was
look.
mud.
You know what? It looked cool though.
It sizzled, but it ended just mud. Regular old wet sludgy mud.
All right, well,
You know what?
she didn't know that, so it's still pretty cool.
It's only because you got thrown around a little bit. I know that your abilities are much greater.
I think everything got mixed up in the bag.
Oh, well,
In the mud.
I gotta sort it out later. Fun.
That's trash. I'm so sorry.
but I don't know much about chemistry.
Yeah. How old are you again? I'm just kidding. But you are gonna do the thing with the shadows, right?
Yeah, already
I
on
don't.
it.
No, keep it down. Keep it down. All right. This is a quiet time.
Don't shush me. Let's go.
We're not yelling.
Our getaway car is waiting.
Is that a lump of junk a getaway car?
Of course it is.
Incredible. All right, let's go. Wait, what's that lady's name? Do we even know?
The one you were intimidating?
Do you care?
She didn't give you a
Yeah,
name.
I care. What's your name?
She just looks at you like, why do you care?
Look, I like to know who's who. I'll tell you my name.
No, don't do that.
Sure.
You first.
Oh my gosh.
Len.
You said it's Len?
She nods.
All right, well, my name's Maggie.
I would say nice to meet you, Maggie, but we all know that's a lie.
All right, I gotta go. Bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, and then I jog away because I don't want to be around when there are police around.
All right, excellent. You guys can actually hear the sirens. They are going to be here relatively soon. And she kind of gets herself up slowly to go dig her friend out of the trash and will probably slap her other friend awake. You can kind of hear him stirring, but he got whomped pretty damn hard.
Good. That's what he deserved.
Alrighty, and you guys were indeed heading back here initially to get into a car and to head out. With all your clues and such, do we know where we want to head to next for next week?
The bar.
Yeah, I'd say stake out the bar.
Yeah, that was the original intent.
Alrighty, to Rusty's
It
bar.
just took a while to get there.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
Well, we had to deal with these guys first.
Of course, these chuckleheads.
And we're still learning the combat, so that slowed it down.
Of course.
You know what, though? I think it worked out pretty well.
I am very happy with it as of current.
I didn't kill anybody.
You didn't kill anybody. Good job.
Just kind of knocked
Broke
someone
my
out.
tags, apparently.
Oh, that was that was fun though. You gotta finally see that in action.
Indeed. I've actually been chomping at the bit to see how combat functions in this game. And once we get everything kind of churning and rolling, it actually works quite well. Whenever we need to buff things, we can buff. When debuff, we debuff. And yeah, I definitely dig. All quite straightforward. But we're obviously going to go ahead and pause there as we all pile into the vehicular. And we head one level deeper as we all move on to Rusty's bar. And for reference, it should be in one of the books or I believe it's in the, yeah, there it is. We won't decide this now, but you guys can look at it ahead of time if you wish. The PDF I gave you that says player moves. The second page, there's a montage little move there that says downtime. Basically, you can do one of those things. The book further goes into exactly how that functions. But during our drive, it is far enough that we will indeed have time for downtime.
Nice.
I will also say something to you, Radiah, since you were the one that collected the seawater. Upon testing it and during your travels, I felt that I should be a little more clear. Not all of the water, at least in this area, is like where we are specifically, is seawater. There are some rivers and such running through here. The seawater is definitely a bit further, near the city marina and such. But there are closer locations in the city where there would be seawater. There's actually an old aquarium.
Thought I noticed something like that on the map.
Yes. So there is indeed an aquarium somewhere where seawater would logically be. So just thought I'd point that out. So if you want to make a note of that, you're more than welcome to do so. And we'll go ahead and pause our session there and reconvene at Rusty's Bar.